Hey everybody, I'm back out in the shop. Today I'm going to build part two of the ball turning attachment. I went ahead and made one of the nuts already, and just to get everything set up because I kind of wanted to play with it, and I just didn't have the time to make both of these and figure it out as I go. But anyway, I got the nut made. It fits really well, slides down in, makes good contact. It should work out just fine. I've got a piece of stock here. I've already put marking die on it and laid out my cuts. And you'll see I'm going to go ahead and cut this a little bit long so that my collet holds it a little bit better. Whenever I did this one, I kind of cut this a little bit too short and it was hard to hold. So anyway, we'll do that, and then we'll switch over to this part of the project and build it. My main concern for today is this little tap. If this tap breaks, it's a scrap part. And unfortunately, that's the last step in making this part. So if I break the tap off, it's all for nothing. So, off and running. Okay, now that I got it turned down, we'll take it over to the milling machine and I'll put it in the C5 collet block, and I'll show you guys how I cut the flats for the bolt size. Okay, I got it set up in the milling machine vise, and you can see there's 6 sides to this block. So I've set up a stop. That way, every time I rotate it, I just put it back to the stop and it's in the same place. I've already set my tool height so that it comes out, I think it's 7/8 is what I ended up making this nut size to. But I'll cut the flats on it and then go back to the lathe, thread it, deburr it, and that should be it. Well, we got to go to the $25 bandsaw so I can cut off the excess of the bottom part of it. I'd say that turned out pretty good. So you can see now how I make all my bolt heads whenever I machine them out of a solid piece. Not very complex, but anyway, I'll take it back over to the lathe, do some deburring and some chamfering, drill the hole and tap it, and we'll go, actually, next we'll go to the $25 bandsaw and cut off what we don't need. Then we'll go back to the lathe. So I'll point out the reason that I put this little block down here is because I've got this shoulder that I'm working with, and if I tried to cut it like this, it'd cut it at a drastic angle. So I just put the little the hex part down below the lip so that I can keep the flat part of the material flush with the table. Anyway, that's why I did that. Okay, we're all set up in the mill. I've got the part in. Vise is tight. Everything's good to go. I had to drop this bit down a little bit because it was too short. And this edge would have been hitting here. It's pretty close now, but I think we'll be all right. Okay, now that I've squared everything up and got the dimensions correct on each end, I'll go ahead and cut this valley out right here, and hopefully my lines come together and it's not all wonk-jawed, but we'll see. Okay, so now you can see how this mounts up. I've got it all mounted up on the cross slide. If I loosen these two bolts, I can swing this plate 360 degrees if I choose to. At this point, we are going to mark where the center of the chuck is. And what I'll do is I'll use my live center and just scribe the edge of the tool post, and that'll give me center. And then I can subtract the thickness of the cutting tool, or insert rather, and go back to the mill machine and square that up, and hopefully this hole drills and taps just fine. We'll see. Okay, I went ahead to the $25 bandsaw and cut off what we didn't need, and I went ahead and surfaced the top of the tool here. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to come down 188 thousandths, but I have to leave a shoulder here for the back of the blank to set up against. So we'll go ahead and cut that down and see how it works. Okay, so we're to the point that I've been dreading for this whole project. It's now time to drill this hole and then tap it. Once I get the hole drilled and tapped, I'll turn the vise 45 degrees to where I can cut the release here and here. So I'll run a stone across this just to make absolute sure there's no burrs, because this center hole here has got to be in the right place. So okay, I got the hole drilled as deep as I'm gonna drill. Quit while you're ahead, right? Now let me take it out and see if I can tap it. Okay. We are definitely gonna be using some Sex butter on this one. I'm happy to say the tap did not break. So the last thing I need to do is cut the relief for the actual bit here, and we'll be ready to give this thing a go. Okay, I've got the mill vise right at 55 degrees from 0 to cut the relief here and here. So I'll cut this side first, and I'll flip it around, and I'll cut this side. I know the lighting is horrible, but I'm so close to the top of my milling machine, I can't do anything about it. So I'll get it cut, and then I'll take the part out of the vise, and we'll look at it a little bit closer and see how it works out. Okay, I've got everything set up in the lathe. I've got the ball turning attachment set up, and I've never done this, so I'm kind of playing with it, trying to figure it out. But I did make a slight little cut right there just to check things out. So we'll go ahead and fire up the lathe and see what happens. Wow, that makes a really nice radius. It is an absolute perfect radius. I'm very pleased with that. And it looks like our attachment's working pretty good. So, I'm going to play with it a little bit more off camera, and then I'll probably do a video of turning some doorknobs or some balls, or I don't know. I can also cut convex with this thing. As a matter of fact, let me try that. Alright, so I've got the tool set up now. I'm going to try to cut in to the material and see how it cuts the opposite direction. Wow, that cuts fantastic. So you can see the concave convex theory there, if you will. I don't know what to say. But the tool works absolutely fabulous. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, awesome. It's a great tool. I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'm going to call it a night on this project. This has been quite a project for me. A lot of things went wrong, but in the end, I think we got it. So I'll see you guys around. Have a good one. Bye-bye.